Welcome to another episode of the Pickpocket DFS. Here at the Pickpocket, we use the NBA category and the Fanduel app to help you win money. Be sure to follow us on Twitter. Also, like and subscribe to the channel. Comment your suggestions or questions. We want to hear from you. How have your lineups been doing? And happy Monday. All right, be sure to take a picture of this page right here. It's very important to know the definitions of each of these symbols. You're going to see these symbols throughout this presentation. So please take a picture of this so it's easy for you to follow along. Top 5 from tonight's slate by position. We got Luka Doncic at the point guard. We got Bradley Beal at the shooting guard. We got Brandon Ingram at the small forward. We got Sabonis at the power forward. And we got Andre Drummond at the center. Point guards, hitters. Luka might be a good play tonight against New Orleans. Their guard defense hasn't been very good and well. And you got to understand, it doesn't matter who you're going against. It's Luka. So at the end of the day, Luka is going to have a Luka night unless he fouls out or, injury, anything like that. But Luka is going to have a phenomenal night. As you can see, he's averaging 50 FPPG. Lillard will have Toronto on a back-to-back, and we still feel like that salary is too high when McCollum gives us more. Lillard's FDP relies heavily on how much he scores. Very important there. Brogdon, Lowry, and Holiday are the consistent players who typically meet their averages no matter the opponent. Shooting guards, hitters. Washington is dead last in their defense against shooting guards. Can't blame Bill too much. He is literally scoring at arcade levels. He would have to do the same versus Phoenix, but the better pick is Booker based on our first point. McCollum has been doing beyond well this season. His usage rate is high because there aren't many other options for them outside Lillard. He also fills in the box score in other places than scoring. Small forwards, hitters. It would be tough to decide on hitters for small forwards. Luckily, we have a bit of information to help. Chris Middleton will likely have no Giannis, but even if he does have Giannis, he's money for at least 35 FDP. If he doesn't get hurt, they don't blow Orlando out, or he just decides to take the night off. He is good for scoring and hits the glass, and even acts as the team primary ball handler. Ingram is a 1A, 1B option next to Zion. Dallas isn't exactly a lockdown team. As of late, he's scored, rebounded, and assisted well. At 8,800, he might be a bit pricey, but never a bad pick. Hayward killed this last game. Literally, he didn't reach 20 FDP against the freaking Hawks. We think he will bounce back for at least his average. Power forwards, hitters. Randall is playing like a man inspired. What makes this night interesting is we might recommend picking 2 hitters from power forwards from the power forward position. We have actually stayed away from picking him lately in our mock lineups because of his salary. We don't think Charlotte has enough to put them away early, so he should get his numbers. Sabonis is now Mr. 40. Only twice has he not scored beyond 40. Sacramento won't change that. His salary will reach 10K soon. Siakam is only intriguing to us tonight because he's a hitter for the last game. Zion won't have to deal with Porzingis, or we probably wouldn't bother mentioning him. Zion is safe and cheap hitter option. Zion is a safe and cheap hitter option. Centers, hitters. All right, we won't lie. Both Drummond and Vekovic are looking like they may have a big night. Milwaukee has exceptional defense, but unless they put Giannis on Vekovic, they don't have an answer for his versatility. We watched as he came down 3 straight possessions and pulled threes, making 2 of them last game. That's on top of his post game and ability to put it on the floor. Oh, he passes well, defends, and rebounds into double figures more often than none. Very important there. Drummond wakes up He wakes up in the morning and grabs almost 20 boards. It's always a question of if he can score 20 points as far as field goals. We think he will achieve them against the the Memphis Grizzlies. He played well against them last time, and he's coming off a night where he could have had 30 and 30. Oh, he also gets himself a block and a steal a game. We still make lineups with both. We will make lineups with both. If you're looking for us to tell you which one, if you want to go hitter, it's Drummond for tonight. Point guards value. Melo Ball versus New York. He's been ridiculous recently. Still not starting, but flirting with triple doubles. Got one last game. Melo Ball is a must-have. De'Aaron Fox is injured, but he's playing. Going in other directions. We put him on here just to make you aware. Chris Paul is going against Washington. They play absolutely no defense. In the words of Bradley Beal, they can't even guard a parked car. 6,900 for Chris Paul is a very good option. Terry Rozier has been great in essentially losing the point guard battle because he still got his numbers. He may not get the usage, but Melo finds him often for easy scores. He also steals and rebounds the ball much better than most guards. Shooting guards value. Victor Oladipo against Sacramento is a great option because their defense is awful. He will not only score but probably assist as well. He's cheaper than Sabonis also. Dylan Brooks is not our favorite option. He may do decent against Cleveland, but he costs $5,900, and that demands at least 30 FDP. Terrence Ross once again is that solid option you can pick if you want to create salary space and still get good value. The biggest name on here we want you to pay attention to is Tyrese Maxey. We've put him in mock lineups recently and hopefully you used him. He has been playing exceptional. At that salary against a poor Atlanta defense, it's definitely worth considering. Halliburton is a good option against Indy. Yeah, Halliburton is a good option against Indy, and they're surprisingly bad defense against shooting guards. DaVincio, and I hope I'm not butchering that name, but Dante DaVincio is just solid. He does a little bit of everything, and it puts his FDP in that range to help your team get high up. Value small forwards. Notable names. Cam Reddish will be good because of the injury to Bogdanovic. Hardaway has proved to be a great second option to Luka. He's slightly underpriced, but definitely worth picking if you want some decent points. Cameron Johnson made this list because of his cheap salary and his shooting, rebounding, and ability to get his hands on a steal every now and then. Power forwards value. Now, John Collins will only be a solid pickup if Embiid doesn't play. Very important there, so be sure to keep your eye out for that, if Embiid sits out or not. PJ Washington and Portis have been surprises this season and will continue that against their opponents. Cedi Osman has maintained that 20 FDP per game and will likely reach that if not more against Memphis. Speaking of Memphis, Clark is worth every bit of that low salary. Centers value. DeAndre Ayton is simple. Washington has no Bryant to defend him. Great option, as we don't think anyone will stop him. Another poorly defended position by Washington. Bertans is in this list even though he's listed as a power forward because he will likely get more run because of the injury Bryant at center. Clint Capella has played well lately, and depending on what Embiid's status is, he may continue his good season. Starting five. Starting 5 players we believe you should start your lineup with. First, start off with LaMelo Ball. Then at shooting guard, Tyrese Maxey. Small forward, Tim Hardaway. Power forward, Sabonis. And at center, Andre Drummond. These are 5 great pieces you can definitely build a solid lineup with. Alright, mock lineup number 1. This is a very, very good balanced, well-balanced lineup. You got LaMelo, you got CJ McCollum, Tyrese Maxey, Cole Anthony. You got Cam Reddish, you got Andre Drummond, you got Sabonis. This is a really, really solid lineup. Mock lineup hitter per position. This is good if you can swap out hitter for hitter, but there is such a big gap between hitters and value. This is a really, really good lineup. Be sure to use 90% of it and substitute players who you see fit to bring your own taste to it. This is our third mock lineup we have for you. Again, we have LaMelo Ball. We also have Lillard. We got Victor Oladipo. You have Zion, DeAndre Ayton. You got Cam Reddish, Tim Hardaway. This is a good value-heavy lineup. All right, mock lineup using the 2 most expensive players. You got Luka and you got Andre Drummond, and we built around those 2 guys. If the rest of these guys do well, we know what Luka and Andre Drummond is going to do. If the rest of these guys do well, you're going to win a lot of money. And this is our last lineup for you guys. Thank you for. Well, before I get into that, please subscribe to the channel. Please like, comment, and share. Let us know if you guys are enjoying these mock lineups. And thank you for choosing another episode of the Pickpocket DFS.